Right guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the GolfMagic YouTube channel. Today you're joining me at Mannings Heath Golf and Wine Estate, and you're joining me actually, you can see my golf ball just over there, you're joining me towards the end of my round. Now, if you haven't seen by the title, this is our third installment of the Shot Scope series, and maybe the most exciting video that we've done so far, because the last video I did was about 6 weeks or so ago, and from then I've played about 6 or 7 rounds at Mannings Heath, at the 18-hole course, and at a few other courses. And what I've been able to do with this is get a lot of data, and I mean a lot of data, on the Shot Scope app. So I've got basically a breakdown of how bad I am at golf, which I'm sure you guys and me are looking forward to seeing what bits of my game are bad. I already know a little bit, because you can kind of see trends as to what is good and what is bad about your game, but we'll see what actually goes on the Shot Scope app itself. Quick review of the Shot Scope V3 GPS watch, because in my first review it was only after 1 round. Now after using it for a good, probably about 30-40 hours, there's a few more aspects of the watch that I can give positive reinforcement about. The first thing is the battery life. I am actually blown away by for a GPS watch, because not only is it unbelievably quick to charge, it lasts for about 3 rounds. Now, I was always expecting GPS watches to last about 1.5 rounds. And this one lasts, I'm never really worried about it running out of charge. For instance, today when driving up to the golf club, I had a panic moment because I realized that I hadn't charged it from the night before. Luckily, it was already on 30% after using it for 2 rounds. I charged it in the car for about 20 minutes and 100%. Easy as that. This watch is not only a GPS watch and with front, middle and back and with the strokes gain features of the butt of the golf club. It also, like Garmin's, like other competitors, it has other features. I'll show you here. So as you can see, it's got the hazard features where you can see if you're going to a bunker, if you want to lay up, you can see how far it is, you can see how far you hit your last shot. As you can see there, with the 4-iron, I hit it 225 yards. And also, if you do want to use the pin collect feature, which I'll talk about later on in this video, you can go straight to that. You can see if you're doing a slow round of golf, if you're taking 5 hours, and if you need to speed up. And there's just a lot of features with this watch for a very affordable price budget. As I said, I've used this for about 6 or 7 rounds now, and there were some good rounds, there were some birdies, there were some bad rounds, there were some doubles, and it was enjoyable to use this watch, and overall my experience is very positive. But now we're going down to what's wrong with my game, see if I can see what bits I need to improve on, and then go with that and see if this watch can actually make me a better golfer. Let's jump back home to the studio and see what part of my game is actually in pieces. Let's do it. Right guys, so I'm back home now and I've connected my band to my phone, I've synced the rounds, I've made sure everything is completely accurate, and let's go through it. Let's go through my last month and a half of using the Shot Scope V3 GPS and see what parts of my game I need to improve. If you guys haven't watched my initial review, I would suggest you go and watch it, but some quick cliff notes is my strokes gained, to be specific, everything was bad basically. My putting was the worst, about -11, but then my approach, play my short game, everything wasn't great. Now I think it's going to get a little bit better now, but the putting is still going to be pretty poor. So as you can see, these are all my rounds, but I'm going to go to my performance, and I'm going to go strokes gained first, and then we can do a little bit more of a deep dive into the other statistics, as they're going to be a lot more admissible than just for 1 round of golf. So strokes gained. Right, wow. So actually it's pretty similar to the initial round. You can see if I click the top right, I can go to 2021, I can go last 5, last 1, but I want to do my entire season so far. And you can see I'm actually quite happy with my off the tee approach and short game. Not too bad, but it really is my putting that's letting me down. And this is my initial statistic, so my putting is bad. Where can I go from here? Well, if I go out of the strokes gained feature and go on to putting itself, you can see what I'm doing wrong. And you can see here, I'm just missing every single putt short, basically. You can see I'm missing a lot short inside 3 foot, which is pretty dreadful. And I know I'm missing a lot of short putts. I could have kind of told you that before this, but this really confirms what I'm doing wrong. I'm not really missing any long. It's just those short putts. I'm not really doing very badly for 3 putting. I wouldn't ever say I'm that bad for 3 putts, but it is really when I'm trying to get up and down from missing greens and I'm hitting it to 6 foot, to 5 foot, I'm missing those putts. I have changed my putters a lot over the last 6 weeks. That is because I've been testing a lot of different putters, and I've now found one that I am a lot more comfortable with, which I'll show you in a video very, very soon. But it's been quite difficult for me to really get comfortable with putting, and that could be because with the massive break of lockdown, I've been struggling with it. Who knows? But this statistic here has confirmed my beliefs and made me think, okay, now for my practice sessions, I'm just going to go straight to the putting green and practice those putts from 3 to 8 foot and make sure I'm comfortable and confident with those. There are 2 ways in which you can track your putts with the ShotScope V3 GPS. You can either use the little tag or you can do it manually. To begin with, I used the tag, but then I changed it over to do manual because I was using different putters. I was using some counterbalance putters where you couldn't put the butt of the thing right in the club. And I preferred using it manually because then at the end of the round, I could change it and make sure everything was completely accurate, and I knew it was. Going off putting, so we know that's already something I need to work on. Let's see how my ball striking is. Let's go to my tee shots, because I could see here where I'm going wrong, if I'm missing it left or right. Okay, you can see here, I've got really no consistency with my miss. I am missing it more to the left than to the right, but I'm still missing quite a few to the right. I'm not consistently missing it a duck hook left, which shows that I need to work on my consistency with my ball striking. A lot of professional golfers, if they miss it, they know where they're going to miss it. With me, it shows that I'm going right, I'm going left, which isn't ideal. If I'm looking down to my longest drive and performance average, I'm not too fussed about that, but I will really want to see my fairway percentages by club. You can see here that I'm using my driver and my hybrid, which is my driving iron, a lot more than any other club, and my driver is pretty dreadful in finding the fairway. You can see they're 29%. I'm not comfortable with my driver yet. I don't know why. I like it on the range. When I do anything else, I'm not very comfortable with it. But my driving iron is okay, but it's actually not as good as what I thought it was going to be, because I consider that my fairway finder. Perhaps if I go down to my 4 iron, which you can see there at 50%, although only 4 shots, I'm not really sacrificing that much distance, and I'd have to find the fairway. So then I can see with this, maybe I should just club down a little bit and then focus on finding the fairway a little bit more. That's for fairways. Let's go off this and go on to my approaches, because that'll be quite interesting. Okay, so I'm not hitting any long, which I'm not surprised by. I am quite a wind affected player, and I know I miss a lot of greens short if the wind's into my face and I'm not thinking about it. But slightly missing left more than I'm missing right, similar to my actual fairways found as well, but not too bad. It's more missing it short, so maybe I should club up. My green success by club, again, my 4 irons up there, only 5 shots, but it shows that that is the really club to go to, but nothing, this is all really poor. And then it climbs up a little bit. There we go for 7 iron, 9 iron gap wedge, but that shows again, although my strokes gain isn't too poor, I really want to be bolstering those numbers a lot more. They need to be a lot higher, especially for my 7 iron, my 6 iron. That's pretty poor, isn't it? So that's something to work on as well, but not as much as my putting. Those 3 facets that I've shown you there are really key, because I now know what I want to work on. I've now got a month where I can now work on my putting, I can work on my approach play and getting some consistency in my game. I really want to work on my putting, and I'm going to do that for the next month and then come back to it and see after my last 5 rounds or 6 rounds, the time frame that I have for the next video, how much it's improved. Because what ShotScope has given me here is effectively an on-course lesson by a PGA professional where they've noted down all of my shots and they've said, okay, here's what you need to work on. But I've got it for free. I've bought the product and I'm getting this round after round after round. It's going to be now down to me, not the watch, down to me to do some short game drills with putting, really work on my ball striking and making sure I can hit that straight shot and getting a consistent flight, and then put that into actions into some competition rounds. Do you guys think I could do it? I'm pretty confident as long as I stay true to myself and know that I can actually improve my putting. I'm actually pretty confident about my putting now that I've got a putter that I'm actually quite comfortable with. But stay tuned for a few weeks' time when I've got some practice under my belt, got some more competition rounds down with me, and I can give some final thoughts on the ShotScope V3 GPS, some final thoughts on how it's improved my game, and then give you a final recommendation on who I think this product is really targeted at. So stay tuned for that, coming very, very soon. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video today of me just showcasing the ShotScope V3 GPS, my time with it, just seeing how I got on with it and seeing if it can actually improve my game in this kind of long-term testing that we're doing here at GolfMagic. If you guys have enjoyed this video today, leave a like down below. If you guys are new to the GolfMagic YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button too to keep up to date with all of our content. We'll see you guys at the next one.